Hello and welcome to webinformant.tv. I'm David Strom, your host and reviewer. Today we look at Napera's network security appliance called the N24. It has a built-in switch along with PC health and remediation features for the small and medium business that protects both Macs and Windows. Here we're looking at the management page of the unit, showing you at a glance what is going on with your network over the last 24 hours or past month. If we click on the Health tab, you can see PCs that are running personal firewalls, whether they have AV enabled and are current on their signatures, and if they're current with their operating system patches. The product is relatively easy to set up. You connect it to your core network via port 1 and connect cables on other ports to either wireless access points or places that you want to protect, such as public conference rooms. Once you're done, you power it on, you bring up a web browser on your local network, and you'll see its management page showing you what's connected to the appliance. You can see whether each port has an active link and which ones are protected with the lock icon. When you first turn it on, it operates in a pass-through mode until you start to enable its protective features. Let's click on one of the ports and select the Edit button, and then click on Yes for Enforce Health, and then Save. You can do this for all the ports on the appliance or just the ones that go to public places. You also need to identify where your DHCP servers, Internet gateways, and Active Directory servers are located. Go to Devices and you scroll down for each machine. You click on Edit over by the Options pane and check off the appropriate characteristics. You next set up your health policies in the Configuration Health screen. You can click the various buttons to turn on these features, such as checking for installed AV or working firewall. There is also the ability to authenticate users using one of three methods: Windows Active Directory 8021X, or through local user logins that you specify here on this page. And you can test your credentials to make sure that things are working properly too. Now let's show you what happens when you try to attach an unhealthy PC that doesn't measure up to these policies. First, you see the results after we run the Napera NAP enabler to turn on the NAP agent. You can see that we are running a PC that doesn't have any AV installed and is behind on its updates as well. Once we connect this PC to the Napera appliance, we get this warning message about the health of the computer and indicates we need to update our AV software. Until we do, our LAN access is turned off, so you can't infect anyone else. We go ahead and install our AV software, in this case AVG, because while there are some things that Windows can do automatically, such as OS updates, this requires manual intervention. If you have software that isn't web accessible, you'll need to put it on DVD or USB key. Now we go to the Devices tab, and you can see the details on our machine, and we can see that it's healthy and has full access. What are some of the things I liked? The setup was relatively straightforward, although not quite matching the screens in the documentation. I also liked that you could start gradually and add more protection as you understand the product and its features. I liked that you didn't need to install the Microsoft Windows Server 2008 or indeed any server to make this work. And it's relatively affordable for small networks too, with a price of $3,500. What are some of the things I didn't like? Any XP machine needs to be brought up to Service Pack 3, which is probably a good idea for security reasons, but you'll need that update to enable the Napera product protective features. In its web management interface, you'll need to remember to save your configuration settings before you leave a page, otherwise the changes are lost. You'll also need to activate the Windows Health agents with either Internet Explorer ActiveX control or via the group policies in Active Directory. Finally, your antivirus product needs to fully support Windows Security Center. Go to this URL shown on the screen for an updated list. Thanks for watching webinformant.tv. This has been David Strom. Feel free to send your comments to david@strom.com.